Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Well, here it is. We're gonna unbox it. This came yesterday actually, so this has been an exercise in patience not to open this up yet, so I could open it up on camera. And what a day I had yesterday too. I could have used some a little bit of joy, to kind of make the day go by a little smoother, but it came and I had it sitting here next to my desk all day, and I've been waiting to open it up. So without any further ado, well, maybe a little bit of ado, let's do this up here. All right, we'll open it up. So obviously you clicked on the video, you clicked on the, you seen the thumbnails, you know that what's in the box. So let's get into it and see what it looks like. Like I said, this is a reissue. This is a different company, basically doing, for the most part, a pretty faithful job of reissuing the original Kiss dolls. And this is also, I don't want to slice myself open. This is how many years in the making? Well over 40. 78. 1978. So you can tell I'm kind of, maybe you can't tell, but I'm a little bit ecstatic to see this. There we go. They packed it up pretty good. A lot of tape on the box. So here she goes, wrapped in bubble wrap. Yes, it's the right person. I didn't accidentally get Paul Stanley again. No, here it is. So, like I said, I wish I had the original, a box, whatever, just to compare the two, but I could tell right off the bat, I mean, this is spot on, and it's, I think the original box wasn't like one of these jabber-doos. I think the original box wasn't like a full box, I think. I can't remember. But there he is, there's Ace, the 12-inch doll. This is going to be pretty amazing. So I am going to open him up, because I want to display him. Even though I'm definitely going to keep the box, just because the artwork is stunning. Look at that. I mean, you've probably seen that picture before, but I mean, it's a great, it's a very, very good version of it, very high resolution. They might have gone in through and touched it up a bit, but it looks really nice. You got all the, basically just repurposing the artwork on the box. I mean, from head to toe, I mean, this box is just loaded. It's funny, they got Gene on all of the back of the boxes, which is kind of weird. You would think, I mean, there they are, there, all four of them, and then you've got Paul here, it says Love Gun, because this is the Love Gun. I brought my Love Gun album out, I had to listen to it. But you would think that, I guess it's just easier to do it that way, so that you can just make one box, But, I mean, if it was me, and I was in charge of it. Of course, like I said, I don't remember what the original box looked like. I mean, I remember it looked like this, but I thought the original box was like more, I think, didn't it have like a bevel here? Come up and have like a bevel here? Maybe that's not, maybe it's some other box I'm thinking of. But as far as the condition of this thing, I mean, this thing is there isn't a mar, a crease. There's nothing wrong with that box. That box is absolutely perfect. So this came right out of the case. And it sat there, so it looks amazing. It's funny, I just thought about that too, just looking at this. It's like, yeah, you could have done, I mean, they have the new, a lot of the windowless boxes and a lot of new figures and stuff. You could have still made it sort of windowy, just put just this little piece of, but of course they couldn't pack them all in paper and twine them in there too, so because they'd still have to put a tray in there, so I guess it kind of defeats the purpose. But this is very minimal plastic on the box itself. I think the tray is a full tray in there, but they could have just tied them down to the cardboard in there. I don't know. you know, obviously this never went to retail, so it's not like it had to endure retail. I mean, it's a direct to the collector type of thing. So let's crack this AC poo open here. Look at it and see the best. Probably gonna go through the top. Just gonna cut the one piece of tape. It's funny, every time I break the seal, I'm like, I've broken the seal. It's no longer mint in box. Alright, let's pull them out this way so in case. I don't think it comes with any accessories, but I saw anything sliding all over the place. So I'll set the box, I guess, to the side for now. You guys can still kind of see it. Now that he's not in it, it's not going to leave not a lot of weight left. Sorry, I have to smell. It's, you know, oh, now there's a smell I haven't smelled in a long time. Like I said, I mean, maybe the Star Wars dolls back in the Phantom Menace. But I haven't smelled a doll in a long time. And it has that same smell that it had back in, I mean, like I said, I didn't have Ace, I had Paul, but it has that same smell. Because, you know, as a kid, I'd smell everything. I mean, I still smell everything, but when I was a kid, I'd smell everything. So, yeah, and I think that the original didn't have a tray. I think the original had just a cardboard thing, and it probably wasn't even secured inside. It probably floated around a bit. Like I said, I don't think they wrapped his head in plastic. Maybe they did. You know, like I said, I mean, the last time I literally had seen the Kiss dolls in the store, as in not, you know, part of a collection or at a specialty hobby shop or, you know, or specialty collector store. The last time I literally saw them where you could buy them at full retail was 1979. And I remember seeing them at Kmart a lot. Kmart had a bunch of them, and I remember Kmart had like a whole, had a big, I'm going to save those just for the heck of it. My stuff stands pretty nice without even putting a stand on them. That's pretty cool. I want to save the little tie-downs. Like I said, I like to save as much of the packaging as possible. You know, so I'll even save this little wrap that they keep his hair down with, which they, you know, they put that on a lot of dolls with the real hair. Let's tease it out a little bit. Let's make it tease it just a little bit. But wow, it's just as matted and needs a good washing like my hair does. I got my hair up. I have to do some hair washing myself. So here's this little. I'm push this boots down, or those little spats. Push them all the way down to kind of mimic. I mean, it's a pretty close facsimile of his boots. It's not perfect though, but he stands really well. I gotta say, I guess you keep seeing the back of him here. I gotta say, in hand, now that I've seen them in hand and in real life, this happens with most action figures. I notice. Oh, I notice his sleeves don't know. He's only got short sleeves in there. It doesn't do them justice looking at them, you know, looking at them online. I mean, they look amazing online, but when you see them in person, and I gotta say, the head is really cool. I just want to see. Yeah, this is what freaked me out as a kid, was I remember pulling back the hair with the Paul doll and going like, wow, he's got ears in back there. I mean, you know, I'm a kid too at the time, but I remember my mom's like, oh yeah, he's just a Ken doll, just with his face painted. I don't think that was the case. Maybe that was the case back then. I don't know. I mean, Mego didn't make Ken. That was Mattel. So whatever 12-inch doll Ken had, that's why I always give him a little pigeon. You know, he stands funny all the time. Real Ace. So kind of give him that kind of pigeon toey kind of, instead of putting his feet out. Of course, that doesn't make him stand very well. That's amazing. I gotta say, you know, they are pricey. I mean, they're obviously not as pricey as the originals. And granted, I'd rather just have this anyways than the original. I mean, sure, I'd love to have, like, if I had all four of them, or even I'd like to have the Paul Stanley doll back that I had. That would have been nice, complete, in perfect condition. But, you know, that's not going to happen, so This is as close to that as you're going to get. You know, it's just amazing looking. I mean, that is really. So I'm trying to find, and I wanted to wait till I get the doll too so I can measure them. I'm trying to find. So here's 6-inch scale, and if you notice, if you held a guitar, I think there's 7 inches, which should be about right. You can get a little Christmas tree ornaments of a Les Paul, and that they do have ones that are made for dolls on like Etsy and stuff ahead of a guitar strap, which I'd rather have one with a strap so it stays on him, and then he could just put his hands down, you know, and then if you could, and then put his hand up so he's playing the guitar. So I'm kind of looking for those. You know, you can get them. I think you can get, even if I got the Gene, you could get the Gene bass. You could get the you know, Paul's whatever that guitar is called that Ibanez he has. But it doesn't have to be though. It could be obviously like Flying V would be good, and Explorer would be good. You know, any black bass I guess would look good for Gene. I mean, I actually don't really want the Axe bass. I'm not a huge fan of that Axe bass. I like his Ripper, and what did we say the other one name was called of the other one? The Thrasher? Was it the Thrasher? Can't remember. Not Ripper. The Ripper and the. Can't remember what the other one was called. Just trying to see how I was kind of moving him around here to get his best stance. He kind of wants to stand to the side here, but I'm assuming it's his legs just have to be straightened out. Yeah, I just want to see how he looks. So there is Ace. That's pretty sweet. So I got him. Just gonna, like I said, I'm debating on whether or not to get the rest of them. If I do get another one, next one I'll get obviously is Gene. But you know, even if I get the cool Les Paul for this, you know, put in his hands, you know, I guess I would probably just be happy with just an Ace doll. I mean, he's my favorite of all of them. So, I don't know. I'm just curious. I might put him over on my record player for now. I'm trying to make him stand. How's he standing on the... Well, he's got his arms folded on the album cover, it's right. I don't think I'm going to get his arms folded, so we'll just make him like he's spaced out, you know. He's Mr. Action Stance. I'm just wondering if it feels like, and I don't think that's the case, but it feels like one of his legs is taller than the other. I don't think that's the case, though. He just wants to stand to the one side. I think it just needs to be finagled until you get him into his... I'm not even going to attempt to try to... I don't want to try to wrestle anything on and off, so I'm not going to take his jumpsuit off to try to get in there and see what's up. I'll let Ace have a little bit of dignity there. Yeah, I'm pretty darn stoked. That's pretty cool. I've got Ace. Hello. Let's see, I'll put him here. I've got Ace finally. So again, if you're looking for these, go to. Well, they're made by the Figure Toy Company, but you're probably not going to get it through them because they're completely sold out, and I don't think they're coming back. So you're going to have to find them in the secondary market. Fortunately, there are people on there, including the seller that I bought it from, who are selling them at the original price. I mean, like I said, it was $10 more, but it was free shipping. So I would have had to pay shipping on Figure Toy Company, and it was like $8 or whatever. So technically, in tax, you have to pay tax either way. So He's $2 more than what you would have bought him originally, so I'm not going to complain about that. You know, and but yeah, go on to eBay. Like I said, you can go to other places, but that's where I found him. Even don't go buy the rest of the dolls though, because I might want them at some point. But because I don't think they have a lot left of the other ones. But yeah, you can get them on there. I mean, there are people that are selling them for a lot more, double the price, triple the price, but they're obviously not moving. You know, this person sold them for what they should sell them for. You know, so even if you had to pay a little bit extra, I guess it's okay. I mean, they're pricey to begin with, so you already got that to contend with. I guess you have to kind of permanently keep them with this hip attitude here. I'll put them back so you can see them as much as possible. Oh, I was gonna fall. Nice thing about these platform heels are the nice solid stance that they have on there. So, yeah, so Figure Toy Company is the company that makes them, and they make them both with the original packaging, or close to it enough. I think that was how it was. I don't think it was, why would it be different? I mean, it's not like he came with a bunch of stuff, so I'm pretty sure this is pretty close to the original packaging. For some reason, I just didn't feel like it had this lip before. I felt like it had like a back to it, but maybe not. But yeah, you can get it with the original packaging, and you can get it with on a card, on a Love Gun card, or sort of a Love. Is it the Love Gun? No, it's, you know what? They're not. Even though they're the Love Gun dolls, they're actually on the solo album cards. Sorry, now there's nobody in here. Oh, actually, put this back in here. This might give it a little more weight. Yeah, they've got the solo album cards that actually come with. And again, just like getting the rest of the dolls, I don't know if I really want the rest of the solo albums. I mean, it's always cool to have a set. I mean, you know, they are a group, you know, and I like them as a group, even though Ace was my favorite. But you guys said hold on, okay. But yeah, man. I think it's the fan blowing up. Move the fan a little bit here. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, I don't, like I said, I got the solo album. I don't know if I really want the other solo albums. Like, I mean, they're cool covers, but again, I guess at the end of the day, I'm just buying the albums for the covers then, because I don't really like listening to it. But I like this album. You know, here I got my Ace collection here. I like this album. You know, I love Rip It Up. I love Snowblind. I love New York Groove. It was one of my favorites when I was a kid on this album. And again, I had it on back when I had the wrong doll, when I had Paul and I didn't get Ace. I had this on 8-track, you know, which was, you know, it's what it was back then. But I would have loved to have it have had it on record, on vinyl. But now, you know, at 50 years old, I'm righting the wrongs of my past. I've got the correct doll this time. I've got the correct format for the album, and you know, I've got. It's not a real one, but I've got a copy of a Cherry Sunburst Les Paul with my rock and roll over leather strap on it. So, you know, I've got, you know, kind of. Like I said, I'm not going to one of those diehard Kiss fans. Going to be buy everything I possibly can find of Kiss. Like I said, there's just certain things that I really want. That being one of them. The album being one of them. You know, playing a guitar like that. You know, like I said, I'm not going to be able. I can't afford $3,000 on a standard. You know, let alone trying to find, you know, a Ace Frehley signature model, a real one. You know, it's like going to happen, and I don't really want to go down the Chibson route, buying one from China on eBay, the Chinese knockoff. Even though that's made in China, you know, I don't want to go do that. If they had one on eBay and it was $300, and free shipping, just like it is on I would buy it, because Amazon's probably going to give you what you're supposed to have, and you could easily take it back and send it back if there's something wrong with it or it was wrong. So if it was on Amazon, yes, I would spend the $300 and I would buy either or. I would really, since I already have this one, I would really actually like the blue one with the silver. I'd like that one, or I would like the custom Cherry Burst, which is the Budokan guitar. They just call it the Budokan guitar. Anyways, I would like that one. But, if it does show up on Amazon someday, some third-party seller, or maybe even Amazon picks them up, I just don't think Amazon can sell them easily. I don't know. It's a weird situation. But, again, I've got something that's close enough for me. That keeps me happy. I can learn to play my Kiss songs on that thing. And obviously watch the video where I hook it up to the orange amplifier. I know Ace plays the Marshalls, and I might buy a Marshall at some point. Marshall amp. I had one. Back in the 90s. Just got rid of it. Wish I didn't. It was a nice amplifier. I believe it was a 35 watt with RT. It was an RT. It had the reverb. 35 watt Marshall solid state, amplifier, and it sounded amazing. And I had it with a Mexican Strat that I used to play with it, and it was a real Fender. It wasn't a Squire. It was a Mexican Strat, the Strat nonetheless. I wanted the one with the maple fretboard, but I only got the rosewood fretboard. But still, it was a great guitar. A guitar I wish I never got rid of. Amplifier I wish I got rid of. I mean, there's a lot of those guitars I wish I never got rid of. But these things, I'm never going to get rid of these. I mean, unless, I sat there for, years collecting dust and I never touched it, and somebody said, hey, I'll give you $100 for it. Okay, I didn't pay much for it to begin with, so, but that's probably never going to happen. I'll probably keep it indefinitely. Permanent part of the collection. Again, I've waited over 40 years, almost, not 50 years. 50 years would be 46 years to get this since I learned about it. It is what it is, I guess. I'm gonna put him right here. He's right underneath the green Fang mask for now until I decide to. Like I said, I'm gonna listen to Love Gun. I'll probably listen to this Ace Frehley album, but I'll probably put him over there for right now and throw an album out up behind there. Maybe I'll just keep the box behind him. Again, I don't exactly where I'll display everything. Like I said, if I got all 4 dolls, most likely at some point I'm probably going to put the He-Man stuff away and and display something else in there. But for now, it's still out there. But if I had all 4 dolls, I would probably put all 4 dolls just like the Love Gun album, just all standing there on the record player. But again, I mean, or maybe I'd buy a little shelf, one of those, what do they call those floating shelves, and stick them on it. Because, it's a pain in the ass. Moving 1 doll to get into the record player isn't really a big deal, but having to move 4 of them is kind of a pain in the neck. So, that's what that is. Okay, I guess this is going to be a short video, but, let me know. Are you interested in these? Is this something that you like? I mean, if you're a Kiss fan, and you're around my age, I would think that this is probably, an integral part to a collection. And if you don't have them already, and or you don't have the originals, which you may, if you're a diehard Kiss fan, you probably have the originals. I would hate to see how much you paid for them. But I think this is a great alternative to spending buku bucks just to get, these relics of the past. Again, I mean, it goes for everything. I mean, all this stuff. To buy all of those He-Man figures, and these are superior. I mean, and like I said, I would have to see the Ace Frehley doll next to this Ace Frehley doll to see which one's superior. But I got a hunch even though this is almost a 1-to-1. I got a hunch that this is probably superior to the original. I'm just going to go on a whim and say that. I don't know how. I mean, obviously it's just a doll buck, like a 12-inch, like a Ken doll, 12-inch doll buck. It's more of a G.I. Joe because it's fully posable, fully articulated G.I. Joe buck. It's got, it's the cloth and the little chromy, little mirrored silver pieces for the outfit. You got the jet black hair, which obviously he never was known for having jet black hair. He always had kind of, even like Paul, or Peter. Peter's hair is a little brown. But I always thought as a kid they had jet black hair. All 4 of them had jet black hair too. But it doesn't really look like Ace. It doesn't really look like the Tommy guy that's got the costume, and now they're retired, but that guy either. It just kind of looks like just like the doll back in the day. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't have to look just like them, because then it would be a hot toy, and a hot toy is going to brand new. Even you're going to spend $300 on a hot toy because it's got to look just like Ace Frehley's face, likeness, and body proportions, everything. Yeah, it would be a $300 hot toy, and you know what? I think that this $50, action figure company doll is good enough. Good enough for me. I'm not gonna be running around going, hey, or maybe I will. Maybe I'll get the guitar and I'll play the album and be like, going, love gone, love gone. Or actually, he'd be, rip it out. Maybe. I guess I just did, but that's not what it's about anymore. It was when I was a kid. It's more about just looking at it and having it there and enjoying it as part of your collection. I'm really wondering what the heck is going on. Are these shoes? Maybe they are, and one's just not on all the way. Oh, you know what? I think that's what it was. I think it may have. I'm still cocking to the side. I think that may have been. No. Well, I think sort of. I think they are shoes. I think his foot wasn't pushed down in the shoe far enough. Yeah. So I've got my Ace Frehley down to add to the collection. So, all right, I'm gonna let it go here. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep babbling on about it. I just wanted to kind of let you see it and see the unboxing. So you got to see it exactly when I got to see it. So I guess that means something to some people. Some people love the unboxing. So just like my review of the X-Men '97 cartoon, as somebody stated, it was the worst, I quote, the worst reaction video on the internet, right? I haven't checked them out just to gauge whether or not I had the worst. If I did, then hey, guess what? I rule the bottom. But is this the worst unboxing ever? Is that the question, or is this, only a slight deviation from the worst unboxing? I don't know. Anyways, yes, like I said, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I throw that out there. I don't really care at this point because I'm maybe going on a year now of making, over 150 videos, and I'm still nowhere. I'm like a quarter of the way to monetization, and I don't think it's ever going to happen because apparently nobody really likes my channel. I don't know if it's me. They don't like me. They don't like the way I look. They don't want to see this schlub. What it is. I guess I'm not good looking, young enough, not female enough, I'm not overreacting to everything, like everybody seems to do to get the clicks. I'm being as honest as I possibly can. This is me, So, if you don't like me, the hell with you. Alright. But, that said, if you got any questions about this, or you want to know about this, or you want to tell me stories or whatever, go ahead and throw them in the comments. I'd love to hear them, love to hear it. Even if it is a small minority, and some people thinking I'm the worst at everything. So, all right, I'll let you go on that one. All right, bye-bye.